Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. The New York Knicks just finished up taking care of business up against the Detroit Pistons at Madison Square Garden, the final score being 124-99. And with this win, the New York Knicks improved to 43-28 on the season, and the Detroit Pistons drop another game, now decreasing the record to a 12-60 record. And that's just terrible. They've been stringing together a few wins after All-Star break. A lot of people thought they were going to end up with 7 wins like the Charlotte Bobcats, but that's not been the case. But they're still not a very successful team. But this was a no excuses game that you just had to win. Yeah, sure, if they had Cade Cunningham, it would be a different story, or kind of a different story. It'd be a more competitive game. But you just take a look at the Detroit Pistons injuries. It's just insane. You think we have injuries? You look at theirs. Quentin Grimes out. Simone Fontecchio out. Cade Cunningham didn't play in this game. Isaiah Stewart didn't play. Jalen Duren didn't play. They had so many injuries. It's just freaking insane. And on top of that, they're not a very well-structured team that has figured out winning habits yet. And the New York Knicks and Detroit Pistons in this game, it wasn't even competitive, from start to finish. Maybe for a couple minutes when the Pistons went on a little bit of a run when we started off this game, 8-2, 8-4, and they cut it to 2. The New York Knicks had the lead the entire game. We were up as many as 30. We were in control at halftime. Everyone was contributing, having a big-time input on this game. But obviously the big-time elephant in the room, we could talk about Hartenstein setting the tone with a bucket, Josh Hart as well, Jalen Brunson knocking down the three. I love how Hart used his physicality. Dude had another triple-double. He's 2 away from tying Walt Frazier's record of the most triple doubles in a season by a New York Knick, which is insane. His hustle is just off the charts. His ability to give us extra possessions off of pure hustle, the angles, the way he pursues the ball, it's just absolutely unbelievable. But he's also initiating offense for others, and even though he doesn't knock down the 3 ball at a very high clip, you see the way this dude attacks the basket. It's unbelievable. I love the heart. I love the grit Josh Hart plays with, but he did knock down a couple threes tonight, and we know how he gets after it defensively. But yeah, we could talk about that. We could talk about the other factors. Brunson struggled in the first half with a shot, 3 for 11, 7 points. Second half, he had 3 straight buckets, operating from the mid-range. In the first half, this dude shot 3 for 11. Finished the game shooting 50% from the field. That just shows Jalen Brunson right there. Tale of two halves for him. He was unguardable, went on a run by himself. But we got to talk about Donte DiVincenzo. Donte DiVincenzo, 19 points in the first half. And then the second half, this dude just continued to dominate. He had a sequence. He had 3 threes in a row, one falling out of bounds, an impossible angle, but then they did take it away. That would have tied the Knicks record for the most amount of threes made in a game by a player, but they said he was out of bounds, but it was still a ridiculous shot, but he was able to redeem himself. Coming off of a screen, Evan Fournier defending him, splashes a 3 on the right wing. And then he comes off the screen once again to knock down his 11th 3 in the second half. He hit 11 threes, breaking the franchise record. He just couldn't be touched. It was absolutely unbelievable the way he was shooting the basketball. He even had a floater that went down. That was a pretty difficult shot in the first half. Went to the free throw line in the fourth quarter. He did split a pair. So I was like, damn, this isn't going to hold him back from getting 40. But I believe when he split a pair, it ended up being 38 points. But he had a very nice sequence that he had 2 blocks in a row. But Wiseman ended up with the offensive rebound, was able to throw it down. They had no consistent offense. When you're missing that many players, it's going to be tough because you already haven't formed winning habits, and guys that are playing out there on the floor together aren't used to playing consistent minutes, and they don't have great chemistry, so that's very tough. Their only source of kind of consistent offense probably Marcus Sasser, and you could say Fournier. Fournier was playing defense like his life was on the line. He didn't want Donte to break his record, most amount of threes by a Knick in a season. He was just playing defense like his freaking life was on the line. It was really funny to see. But yeah, Wiseman, he had some nice buckets in the interior, had some tough hook shots, out of the post, and he was showing how he could operate out of the post. But Brunson continues to dominate. Precious Achiuwa came off the bench, was rebounding like a beast, and his presence, just showing off his length. Their bigs they had no answer for Precious Achiuwa and his ability to defend the interior, and just how disciplined he was out there on the floor. Just honestly, there's not a lot to talk about from a competitive standpoint because the Knicks were just in full control of this game for 48 minutes. Miles McBride, another double-digit game, played 43 minutes out there on the floor. Shake Milton did get some action, like 3 minutes left in the game. Daquan Jeffries, he had a three-pointer that he hit when he checked in the game. But this was just an overall bloodbath by the New York Knicks. I love the way Hartenstein played, He was recognizing guys cutting. He's making things simpler for guys out there on the floor. The dribble handoffs. Again, I talked about Josh Hart, but we don't really have to talk about Jalen Brunson. This dude's consistent as hell and an unbelievable basketball player. And the Knicks just did what they were supposed to do tonight. I know maybe a lazy analysis, but it's honestly, the Knicks were just supposed to take care of business, and that's what they ended up doing. The Pistons are just a terrible team, and they have so many injuries. You take a look at the box score, Isaiah Hartenstein, 6 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. He had 3 blocks as well. Jalen Brunson, 28 points, 10 of 20 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 6 assists, 2 rebounds. Miles McBride, 13 points, 5 of 12 from the field. Did struggle with his three-point shot, 1 of 7. But he had 4 assists, 1 steal. Josh Hart, 11 points, 10 assists, 14 rebounds. And we already know, 3 offensive rebounds, him just chasing down boards. 4 of 10 from the field. He had a very nice drive in the fourth quarter. It might have been at the end of the third quarter that really was unbelievable. Finishing with physicality. Donte DiVincenzo, 40 points, 11 of 20 from 3, extremely efficient, 14 of 23 from the field, 1 of 3 from the foul line, which is funny because the way he was shooting tonight. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 turnovers. I guess he was credited just for 1 block. Maybe someone else got that block. I thought he had 2 blocks in a row. Precious Achiuwa, 9 points, 16 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal. His presence was amazing. Bogdanović, he even contributed scoring off the bench. There was no Burks tonight, so I thought we were going to see more Shake, but Tibbs is like, nope, McBride, you're getting still 40-plus minutes. But, yeah, Bogdanović, he was knocked down his shots. He wasn't very efficient from 3, 2 for 7, but when he did check in the game, he was able to knock down a perimeter shot, and he was able to knock down a mid-range jumper as well to set the tone to kind of be in a flow in this game. But yeah, Brunson was amazing to watch in that third quarter when he went on a run, but just having Brunson go on a run and then Donte hit 3 threes in a row was just amazing because Brunson had this 4-point play, and we know how he finishes at the basket, operating out of the post. They had no match for him. Just his ability to make adjustments mentally is truly amazing. But the Knicks did what they're supposed to do. We're 43-28 now in the season. The Cavs, they took care of business as well, though, up against the Hornets, so I believe we're still a half game back from them when it comes to the third seed, but we're right there, y'all. Let me know down below your thoughts on this game. Peace out, y'all.